Hello, my name is Andy Haynes. Welcome along to this CrowdProperty webinar looking at the development funding opportunity for 31 Birling Road, Tunbridge Wells TN2 5LY. CrowdProperty is a peer-to-peer lending platform designed to facilitate loans between private individuals and professional property businesses. CrowdProperty is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority under permission number 723959. CrowdProperty is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. There are risks with any loans you make, and your capital is at risk. CrowdProperty endeavours, though, to protect all lenders. This is done by registering the first legal charge against the property project. This means that in the very unlikely event a borrower defaults on the loan, CrowdProperty will be able to take ownership of the project and manage it for the lenders. Now, this opportunity is a single plot with planning consent to build 2-bedroom bungalow. It's in a residential area of Tunbridge Wells in Kent with a purchase price of £175,000. The build costs are £198,000 and the expected sale price, in the view of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, is £550,000. CrowdProperty intends to lend £300,000 in 2 phases. The first phase is for £122,000 and the second phase £178,000 in stages. It's a 15-month loan period and the first charge security is taken on the land. The land is being purchased by 31 BR Limited, which is part of the JVIP group of companies. So the borrower is proposing to build the property and then sell it. It's a rear garden plot with direct access from Birling Road and Highgrove. It has direct access off the adopted highway. It's an established privately owned residential area south of Tunbridge Wells town centre with local amenities close by. Tunbridge Wells railway station is 1 mile away, and that then goes to the London terminals, which takes about 40 minutes on the train. Access to the motorway network is 7 miles to the north, and that's via the A21. The proposal is, and there's planning permission granted, which has a reference number of 17/03473. That's with Tunbridge Wells Borough Council. They want to construct a 2-bedroom, 2-reception room bungalow with a square footage accommodation of 1,217. It's brick and pitched roof traditional construction style, and it has a build program of around 40 weeks. The borrower then intends to sell the property on completion. Let's have a look at the plans. And this is the site plan and the aerial view. The location plan you can see there, it's to the rear of number 31 Birling Road, access off Highgrove. It's the area marked in red, and then looking at the aerial view you can see that there's quite a large section of land at the back of number 31 Birling Road on the side there. Let's have a look at the architect's plans for this area, and you can see there that it's got the east elevation, which goes down the steps to the front door. Then you can see the south elevation, which looks at the back door, which comes out into the garden. That's back, those folded back doors go from the lounge. You can then see the north elevation and also the west elevation. It's quite interesting to look on those plans and see that there was a previous outline planning of a previous application for this particular bungalow, which what they did, they took that away from planning and they've then gone for this current planning, which is a lower profile, in order to assist the local residents in this particular area. So here's the proposed floor plans. You come down the steps into the entrance hall. There's a study to the right hand side with a bedroom straight ahead. In the centre of the bedroom 1 and bedroom 2 is a bathroom with a bath. It's got a shower unit in there, and I think that's a double sink unit that's in there according to the developer, and there's also a toilet. And then there is a living room and a kitchen, and the clever design of this living room is that as you enter the living room you don't directly see the kitchen, but in line with modern style living today, it has the kitchen just off of the living space, which leads out then into the patio area and to the garden. Now here's an overview of the financial project and the proposed loan for this particular project. The expected sale price is £550,000. The purchase price is £175,000. Build costs of £198,000, and with all the fees, including purchasing costs, construction, interest, loan, and the selling fees, all of that comes to £105,000. The amount that's agreed to be lent from CrowdProperty is for £300,000. So the difference of £73,000 is coming from the developer. The estimated profit on this project is £72,000. Now the loan term is a maximum of 15 months. Its loan to value starts off at 70% loan to value and then reduces to 61% at the end of the project when you include the rolled up interest. The exit strategy for the developer is to sell this bungalow in the open market. So the loan is going to be for £300,000. It's secured with a first charge against the property, which pays 8% per annum to the lenders. The interest is paid at the end of the project with a maximum load period of 15 months, but it could be less than this. But the good news is that the minimum term is going to be for 6 months. So the guarantee is for 6 months interest, but the rest of the term will be 8% pro rata per annum. The loan's going to commence on March the 16th, 2018, so just the next few days from now, and the capital plus the interest is going to be repaid from the refinance of the loan. Here's details about the borrowers, and it's the father and son duo. They're a family-run business based in Tunbridge Wells, Kent. They're very experienced, having successfully completed over 30 projects during the last 15 years, consisting of extensions, conversions and new builds. They've borrowed and returned in full from CrowdProperty already on 2 separate occasions. The first project was the conversion of the former Flying Dutchman pub. It was the pub that they made into 4 flats and 2 commercial units, and those 2 commercial units are now used for their offices. The second project was a construction of a pair of semi-detached houses on the site of a former pub car park. Both of these projects have now been paid back to CrowdProperty and indeed to the lenders. They are currently constructing 2 new houses just 1 mile away, for which CrowdProperty has loaned them £460,000. That's due to be paid back in July 2018. And just last week, CrowdProperty raised £250,000 for this company in just 3 minutes, with the loan due to complete on Tuesday the 13th of March 2018. Now, CrowdProperty are a responsible lender and indeed want to look after the borrower too. So this amount of loan is based on the project and experience of the developers. It's a single raise of £300,000. The loan is to be released in phases. The first phase being a release of £122,000 to support the purchase price of £175,000. Remember, the balance is being paid by the developers. The second phase is against the current value of the property of £250,000 in the view of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, and then the second phase is going to be released of £178,000 to support the build contract sum of £198,000. The construction money is going to be released in stages based on the IMS verification. That means a surveyor will go out there to check the building throughout the stage building and then release the money if they're satisfied. In the view of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, the gross development value of this project, of this bungalow when it's finished, is £550,000. This means that the loan to value of the completed development is just 61%, and CrowdProperty are quite comfortable with this. CrowdProperty is going to have the first charge to protect the lenders in the event of a default. Now, the borrower is an existing client of CrowdProperty, having repaid in full 2 previous loans, and the current loan is in play with another loan about to commence. The borrower's got 15 years development experience to deliver this project. So here's the next steps. Make sure that you understand the loan and that you've carried out your own due diligence. Then decide how much you would like to lend. Visit the website, which is crowdproperty.com, register to be a borrower and pledge on this particular launch. CrowdProperty then will conduct the necessary anti-money laundering checks and then send your funds to their solicitor, and you then start earning interest on completion of the loan agreement. I hope that you can support this particular project from CrowdProperty. Thank you for watching this webinar, and we look forward to being in touch with you very, very soon.